Hi everybody, this is Pasha from SaleSource, and in this video I'm going to be addressing the biggest fears that people face when thinking about starting a dropshipping business, as well as mistakes that dropshippers make. You may have heard a lot about dropshipping, and you may even have watched a few videos on exactly how starting your own dropshipping business will work, but you're nervous about taking that leap from being an observer to a seller. This may be because you know nothing about starting up your own Shopify store, or because you've never run a Facebook ad. In this video, I'll be talking about the most common fears and concerns hundreds of people just like yourself ask about every day, as well as 5 dropshipping mistakes you need to look out for before you get started. Number 1, is dropshipping a scam? A lot of people might think this because you find products that are manufactured in China for a lower price, and then you then sell it for a higher price. Is this a scam? No, this is just a retail or e-commerce model used by hundreds of popular brands such as H&M and Sony. Remember, there's still a lot of value that customers get from dropshipping sellers, such as being presented with items they never knew existed and they needed in their life, and more details and information about the product before they receive it, including reviews from other people who have also bought the same product. Number 2 is losing money. Of course, you have to lose money to make money. But if you've watched our previous video, you would know that you don't need to put nearly as much money into your dropshipping business as you would with any other retail business. Now, we all know the saying, you have to lose money to make money. And of course, you have to put some money into research, marketing, and building an amazing store that people actually want to buy from. But again, because dropshipping is a unique model where you don't have to stock the products before you buy them, the amount you're going to have to put into the business is so much less than almost any other business model. 3, another huge fear is selecting the wrong product or niche. Nobody wants to be stuck in a category that they don't feel is working for them or doesn't suit their personality. But the best thing with dropshipping is you are able to experiment at not too high a cost. Now, there are so many ways to choose a product that's likely to sell. Using research such as SaleSource, which has a 7-day free trial where you can search for products that are trending right now and you can analyze them to see how well they're doing. Number 4 is marketing and Facebook ads. Now, a lot of people before they have started dropshipping have never ever launched a Facebook campaign before. Luckily, there are so many different courses on the internet which show you exactly how you run your first Facebook campaign. Now, every successful dropshipper says this is a real trial and error period because you have to build your audience and collect data before you run your first successful ad. The good news is you don't have to put hundreds and hundreds of pounds a day into your first Facebook ads, because you can start on as little as £1 to £5 per day as you're testing the waters. 5. Now, a lot of people say, I do not have the patience. This is true of anything that you do in life, whether it's going for a new job role. You're never going to go to every interview and get every job that you want. But when you do get that job, it's worth it. It's the same with dropshipping. You do have to be patient and you do have to be persistent if you want to make a lot of money in the industry. Time. Please read the articles. So many dropshippers started when they were working 40 hours a week or more, fitting their dropshipping business around their work schedule, normally committing about 2 hours per day to their business. So everyone has the time if you're committed and if this is something that you really want to do. It's completely up to you. Okay, shipping time. Yes, this is a huge fear for anybody in dropshipping, but there are a lot of ways around this. I've actually released a video recently where I talk about how to reduce your dropshipping time. If you use the app SaleSource, you can find products specifically in the USA, or you can compare shipping times. And on AliExpress, you can actually find suppliers in your customers' countries. We've also partnered with HyperSKU, who specialize in express shipping time, and you can search for their products on SaleSource itself. Now, this is where it starts to get emotional. Number 8 is not being successful. That's completely based on you. Every dropshipper starts on the same level, and yes, sometimes it's luck. A lot of the time, it's testing and researching, ensuring there's a demand for it. Your success is going to come from you. And this is one of the few times in your life you're going to be in total control of how much you can make. You're not going to be successful if you haven't put any effort into your Shopify website. You're not going to be successful if you test out one product, it hasn't worked, and you give up. But you will be successful if you've done your research, if you've looked at what products are trending, if you find products with good shipping time. It is true that 90% of dropshippers fail, but that's either because they are not persistent enough and they give up far too early, or it could be because of one of the following mistakes. I'm going to go through the 5 biggest mistakes that dropshippers make. Get comfortable, get a pen and paper out because we're about to start. Number 1, check shipping times before you choose which countries to sell to. When you choose a product, you will be able to see where the manufacturer is and the estimated shipping times to each country. If you're shipping to the USA, try and find manufacturers in the US. If you're shipping to Europe, try and find manufacturers in Europe. If you're shipping from China, just make sure that your shipping times are very, very clear so as not to leave customers disappointed. You don't want to end up with hundreds of refunds because your product doesn't get there in time and the customer expected it in 2 weeks. SaleSource helps comparing shipping time, so you can compare a product and see which manufacturer can get it to your customer in the fastest time. Number 2 is setting up a limited company. Do you need to set up a limited company? No, you don't. You can sell as a sole trader. However, whilst you don't need to, it's a very good idea to. Setting up a limited company can protect you legally. If there was to be a problem with your product and customers wanted to sue you, being a limited company will protect your personal assets. Essentially, this separates you personally from your company. This is especially important for those living in the US. 3, create your own store for dropshipping. Both Facebook and Google restrict you from selling dropshipping products, say from AliExpress, without having a proper store set up. If Facebook thinks that this is somebody else's product, your adverts are very likely to be blocked. So it is essential that you set up your own store, and for the other reason, that you look like a legitimate store. If you think about yourself, are you more likely to buy a product from a store that's set up nicely, has appealing colors, and has the currency of your country rather than, say, Chinese yen if you're in England? Or would you buy your product from a link to AliExpress without any kind of branding or anything? I definitely know what I would choose. And to become a successful seller, you need to start thinking about what it is the customer is looking for. Number 4, a big mistake is not adding a variety of products to your store before testing your products. If I went to a website and there was just one item on the website, I would think that this is an inexperienced seller. It's not a real shop, and I'm probably being scammed. As I've said previously, most dropshippers will test out a variety of products before finding the one that becomes really, really successful. Another reason it's a good idea to add a variety of products to your store is because you can upsell your products. If your customers really want to buy your sponge, maybe they're going to want some soap to go with it. Think about items that you can sell together and increase your revenue. And number 5 on my list is to create a strong refund policy. You should have lots of rules on what you would accept and what makes an item non-refundable. And you thought this was the final one, huh? Well, no, we have number 6, which is our bonus mistake for you. A big mistake with dropshippers is that they do not set up a follow-up email sequence. The easiest audience to target is the audience who have already bought your product because you know that they're interested in what you sell. By setting up lead magnets such as discounts in exchange for their emails as they reach your landing page, or by asking for their email at checkout, a follow-up email once they've bought the product is a sign of great communication, and it will ease the customer's mind that they have ordered their product and it will be on their way shortly. You'll then be able to keep up that communication with your customer so A, they don't forget about you, and B, you can show them new things that you've uploaded to your website and they may want to buy. Guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you found this useful, and I'd love to hear from you if you're about to set up your dropshipping business and if you have had any fears and concerns that you'd like to talk about. I will answer all of your comments below, and if there's anything specific, I can talk about it in the next video. Now have a high converting day, and I will see you here for the next one. See you.